Hi, in this video I'll be demonstrating the new features that come with YachtSpot v5. The primary new feature with YachtSpot v5 is the SafeSurf VPN. We've done a separate video for that feature because it's about 10 minutes long to demonstrate how that works. So I won't be demonstrating that feature in this video. We've done a separate video for the SafeSurf VPN, which you can view on our YachtSpot Wi-Fi channel on YouTube. We'll start off with DNS Blaster. We need to just log into the administrator pages to see this feature. The DNS Blaster feature is aimed at speeding up web browsing on slow and lossy networks. It does this by sending queries to several DNS servers at the same time and then returning the reply to the client from the whichever DNS server replies the fastest. So especially on very lossy networks, this should result in requests for web pages going out very much faster. I'll just show where that sets up, where you set that up. It's actually enabled by default on this page here. As you can see, it's just a simple tick box. It's enabled by default, and if we go to this page, you'll see that by default we've put in a couple of DNS servers that will be queried in addition to the DNS servers that are given out by DHCP on the wireless network. So typically a hotspot that you log on to would probably give you one or two DNS servers. So in this case, if you were given out two by DHCP, these two here would be added to the list of servers, and any DNS requests that were received by the forwarder on the YachtSpot will then be forwarded on to 4 servers at the same time. And whichever request came back the quickest would be the one that was returned to the client. You'll see here the DNS servers that I've received from the DHCP server that I'm connecting to has given me these 2 servers here, and YachtSpot has added those 2 servers from its server list. And because DNS Blaster is enabled, the forwarder on the YachtSpot will query all 4 of those servers simultaneously. The servers that are shown here, and also when you're using PPTP, show in real time the actual servers that are available to be queried and whether they will be queried simultaneously, and on which interface those DNS servers, on what interface those DNS servers have been applied from. So whatever policies you set on this page and the DNS forwarder page, whether or not you enable DNS Blaster, will be reflected on the status page. So you'll know exactly which DNS servers are being queried and whether they're being queried simultaneously or not. Okay, as I say, it's enabled by default. I've been working behind it for months. It does, even on my quite fast network, it does seem to give a more reliable service. I've experienced no downside of using this whatsoever. say it's enabled by default. I suggest that that you use it unless you've got a very good reason for not using it. Okay, so the next feature, we've now included an N network time protocol server. It's just three simple boxes there. Its main feature is it will actually put timings on the logs, which I'll show you later. So if you do need to do some debugging, you can be sure that you can set the timings on the logs to coordinate with any timings that you may have from logs on other clients or other devices, so that you can get some idea of what's going on and what the sequence is. And that's about it. That's its only real use, but you can adjust that to various time zones, etc. The the next feature is on the DHCP server, and we've had a few people that have asked if we could implement DHCP reservations, and we've done so here. It's quite simple to do. You simply, well, I'll show you one that's already set up. You can get the MAC address from a Windows machine by using ipconfig, or it will be, perhaps you want a printer to always come up on the same IP address, in which case quite often you can get that from the web interface or whatever other devices you're using. You can enter the MAC address. There are two common formats, one with a colon between each octet and the other one with a dash between each octet. You can enter in either format, and that's it. Right. The final feature I'm going to demonstrate here are the new login features. YachtSpot's always had quite detailed logs, but what we've done here is to increase the login, and we call it extensive logging, so that if you have, for your own troubleshooting purposes perhaps, but probably more importantly, if you are having a problem, then you'll be able to give YachtSpot support far more detailed information on what's going on. I'll just demonstrate. I mean, you don't want to turn this on by default. It's just for debugging when you have a problem, and most probably you'll be doing this in conjunction with YachtSpot support. I'll just go through a couple of features so that it's just to show you what you can do. The number of log entries to show here directly reflects to the number of log entries that will show on your normal login pages. However, it also has another use, in that if you are dealing with YachtSpot support, you can enter 1 or 2,000 entries, and we may well ask you to do that. So that directly reflects the number of entries that will show in the support pack, which I'll show you later. Obviously, with the extensive debugging, you get something like 3 or 4 times the amount of error message, error warning, and just informational messages. So we will need the logs to the support pack and the logs within to reflect the greater number of messages that you receive. I'll just show you. So typically you would let's change this to 1,000, and you see there's another little tick box there, enable extensive debugging. So you don't want to enable this by default. What I've already done is I've already set up debugging to a remote syslog server which I'm running on this machine. It's just really to show you, to give you some idea of just how many logs will go by, and it shows up better in a syslog server than on the web interface. So we just save that. Okay, I'll just bring in a simple syslog server here, and what I'll do is I'll nip over to another instance of YachtSpot and log on to the SafeSurf VPN, which will generate a large number of logs just to show you there quite how extensive the debugging is. These logs will then be fed through to the main system log and through onto any support pack that you send to YachtSpot support. I'll just take that out of the way. Okay, I'll just go through generating the support pack. Go to the about page. Any of those of you that have used YachtSpot before will know how to do this. You just click that button there that says create support pack. You get a message telling you that it automatically takes out any passwords or web keys before sending them over to us. You click create a support pack, and in something like 30 seconds YachtSpot runs a load of tests on itself and writes the support pack, which I'll show you in a moment when it's finished doing its thing. Okay, so now it's created the support pack. You can preview the pack. That it shows exactly what's inside the support pack, but if you want to actually take the support pack apart, you'll find that when you've downloaded it, it has an extension of YS. You simply change the extension to GZ, and then you can unzip it in something like WinZip or similar. Okay, so let's have a quick look what's inside the support pack. And here we are. This is a support pack. We just wander down to the system log. That's what I'm looking for. There we go. As you can see there, it shows the last 1,000 system log settings, and that's a direct reflection of the setting that you changed, or that I've just changed on the settings page. There you go. As you can see, is absolute massive information that you can send to us, and hopefully if you've got a problem, we can diagnose it pretty quickly. Okay, well, thanks for watching, and bye.